So today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to throw some nasty wiffle ball pitches. Before we get started, the wiffle ball that I use in all my pitching videos and NOWA is the standard wiffle ball with 8 holes on one side. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take it and put it on some concrete and you're gonna give it a nice scuff on it, rough up the edges so the air can catch a lot of the grooves on the ball and give yourself a lot more control and movement. So the first pitch that I'm gonna show you guys is my slider. It is probably the easiest pitch to learn, so whenever I'm teaching people, I like to recommend this one to them first. If you're a right-hander, you're gonna have your holes facing to the right with your middle finger kind of onto the edge of that hole and your pointer finger and your thumb on the other side for some stability. And what you're gonna do is when you're coming out of your stance, you're gonna release it as you're trying to put a spiral on a football. So you're gonna kind of point your wrist right at the end of it and try to keep the ball as vertical as possible so that way the holes will move it as right to left as possible. So here's how it should look. Something else with the slider is that when you're aiming it, you want to aim sort of at a right-handed batter's body. So when you throw it at them, it'll break left into the strike zone and they won't be able to hit it. Now the next pitch I'm going to show you guys is my drop ball. For the drop ball, you're going to want your thumb on top of the holes with your index and middle fingers kind of on the side for some stability and balance. What you're going to want to do is when you're following through on your throwing motion, you're going to want your arm to come through at as much of a sidearm angle as possible. It can be a little bit tricky to get the hang of, but if you're able to do it at a full sidearm angle, your accuracy will be incredible with this throw. Some videos that I've seen with a lot of people teaching you how to throw the drop ball is they like to have both their thumb and their pointer finger on the holes. And I personally don't like this because when I'm coming through and releasing the ball, I tend to change the angle of the holes and make it less of a parallel angle to the ground, which won't make it drop as violently. So I like to have my hole on top of the ball because it offers more vertical stability, so your angle is less likely to change. The third pitch I'm going to show you is my rising screwball. Now the rising screwball can be a little bit tricky to get the hang of, but once you do, it can be one of the most lethal pitches in your arsenal. What you're going to do is you're going to have your same slider grip that I showed you earlier, except you're going to throw it from more of a submarine kind of parallel to your body angle, and you're gonna whip it through, aiming for the lower left corner of the zone. And what that should do is when you release it, the holes with the air, it's gonna push it up into the corner of the zone for a strikeout. This pitch is kind of fun because once you get the hang of it, you can start to experiment with it, and you can place the holes more parallel to the floor like so you get just more of a vertical rise, or you can just try and make it as straight to the left as possible, so it doesn't rise as much and it only screws, and you can really mess with hitters that way. Now the next pitch I'm going to show you is my screwball. Personally, my favorite pitch.
Got it! Oh, jeez. Like you just finished or you're going into?
No, I'm going. Now for the screwball, it's going to be the same grip as your drop ball, but you're just going to flip it 90 degrees like that. And like with the slider, how you're aiming towards a right-handed hitter's body, for screwball, you're gonna aim at a left-handed hitter's body. So when you throw it, like you're putting a spiral on a football again, it's gonna break down right into the zone, and he's not gonna know what hit him. Now moving on to the more advanced pitches, as I would say they are. Now I'm gonna be showing you my slide drop.
The conspiracy theory actually proved that he only fired 1, or he fired 3.
Now, your slide drop is gonna move exactly how it sounds. It's gonna move like a slider with also a little bit of a drop ball to it. And the way you accomplish that is that same drop ball grip that you've been working on, and you're gonna come through it underhand, almost like you were throwing a screwball, like from earlier, but instead of the holes facing towards you, they're facing outside of you. You're gonna wanna aim at kind of a right-handed batter's head, kind of high and outside, so when it slides, it'll come back into the zone, but it will also drop down into the zone away from their head. So here's how it should look. Next, I'm gonna show you my version of a super curve. Yeah, this is usually where I would play a clip of me using it in a game yet. Hasn't happened yet. Anyways, so with the super curve, you're gonna hold it like a slider, and it's gonna move similarly to a slider, but at the very end of your release, you're gonna twist your wrist hard so the holes face the batter. And you're gonna aim it way high and outside, like even further than you would a slide drop, and that thing is gonna arc on its way down right into the top or middle of the zone. Here's how it should look. Now, the last pitch I'm gonna show you guys today is arguably the most exciting when you land it. It's called the super drop. I also have not used it in a game yet. The super drop is a similar grip to your slider, except instead of having your middle finger on the holes, you're gonna have your ring finger kind of dug into a hole like that. And when you're coming over to release it, you're gonna flick your wrist over the top like that, and almost as if, for you basketball players, you're acting like you're finger rolling a ball into the net like that. So when you release it, it should roll off your middle finger like that, and it should dart down from about 10 to 12 feet high. Here's how it should look. All right, so there's 7 different pitches that you can use against your friends in any sort of wiffle ball setting. If you liked this video or learned something, I'd appreciate it if you would drop a like and maybe consider subscribing. Not forcing you to do anything, mostly because I can't. And follow me if you are interested in seeing my journey towards joining MLW Wiffle Ball. See you guys later.